Did you see the news yesterday that popped about FAU?
Nope.
FAU had a secret scrimmage yesterday
And
against North Carolina.
Doesn't sound very secret anymore.
And it was announced through sources that they lost by 20 to North Carolina.
the thing about FAU that strikes me is that respectfully to them, and they did a hell of a job, and they only lost, 3 games during the regular season?
Yep.
That run in the NCAA tournament, I don't want to say it's like fluky, but you had Fairleigh Dickinson in the second round, and you had Tennessee in the Sweet 16.
It was always lined up.
And Tennessee always loses at that point in the tournament.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not saying it's fluky. They did what they needed to do, but I feel like that run, and I get it's to a Final Four. They were one of the Final Four teams standing, but that run is getting way overhyped.
For sure.
Way overhyped.
I mean, it has to be respected.
Yes. And I like John L. Davis and Elijah Martin dudes, right? They're dudes. But, man, are you telling me they're just going to recreate a Final Four run this year?
No.
Running out there, you still need good matchups like they got last year. You still need a timeout not to get called against Memphis. So, I mean, it pains me to see. I think it's a little bit of ignorance. And maybe there's that thought out there still about Penny and expectations going into the year not meeting the reality.
Right.
Maybe he's still getting docked for that, but I don't think we're in that era anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's changed his tune and his thought process. But I am curious to see what they look like even in those exhibition games, because the biggest thing we're going to have to look for going into the year is you have that out-of-conference schedule that's beefed up with a lot of top 25 opponents. You're going to have to come into the season clicking.
Yeah.
There's no room for error because your resume is going to be built on everything basically before. When does conference schedule start?
January.
Everything before January is where your resume is built.
That November to December schedule, that gauntlet is brutal.
It's brutal.
Yep.
It's really brutal.
If they can come out of that clean, oh, man. And by clean, I mean 2 losses.
Like the
3 losses.
amount, like if they came out clean and only lost like 1 or 2 games, their seed line goes up exponentially.
Without a doubt. And they don't have to worry about those quality wins anymore.
So that November, you said November, December. So you have at Mizzou, then you'll have Battle for Atlantis. You start with Michigan and have the chance to play Arkansas, Stanford, North Carolina, Texas Tech, Villanova, Northern Iowa, which you probably won't play Northern Iowa if you get that far into the tournament and win. Then you have at Ole Miss, they'll be improved. VCU, I mean, decent,
tough,
mid-major,
defensive
but
team.
you'll be there. We'll see what that looks like in the quad system. A&M, Virginia, Vandy, and Clemson, I guess. We'll see what Clemson is. But yes,
it's tough.
November and December is brutal, and if they can get out of that, maybe 2-3 losses, I even think that seed line will get boosted.
I agree.